Hey there, welcome to Brewed. I'm Dave Lavora. We're here on the south side of Chicago at Turner Haus Brewing. It's in the Bronzeville neighborhood, a very historic part of the city. It's called the Black Metropolis. This episode of Brewed is going to center on breweries that are owned by African Americans. We're here in the Second City, but these beers being made by these incredible artisans are second to none. On this episode of Brewed. Blair, thanks for joining us.
Sure, thanks.
We are at Turner Haus. Am I saying that right?
You are.
Turner Haus.
House.
This is Turner Haus. You absolutely have to visit this place. Now, the thing about Turner Haus that's very interesting from the get-go is Turner Haus is a tap room at night. It's like, you're like Brigadoon. You appear magically and then you disappear, right?
Yeah.
The space that we're at, help me understand what's going on here.
So we are located inside a Sip and Savor coffee shop. We co-share the space with them, which is located in the Rosenwald building, which is also historic on the south side of Chicago in Bronzeville. By night on Thursdays through Sunday, we operate as a tap room.
I imagine it's been a pretty good partnership.
Yeah, it has. It's been great. I mean, it utilizes the space to its max. Mm-hmm. So there's no real downtime for either of us. So it works out perfectly.
The beers that you are making and have been making, how long have you been doing this, Stephen?
Oh man, so I have been brewing technically for 10 years. I started home brewing about 10 years, actually more than 10 years ago.
Almost 15.
Almost 15.
Yeah.
Well, don't age me.
Sorry.
Okay, well, almost 15 years ago now,
Okay.
I started home brewing. Wow, that just really caught up with me.
It flies by. All that time you spend cleansing things.
Yeah.
And now here it is 15 years later.
I started off with a home brew kit and made my first beer. It was a grapefruit lager that I made, which is our flagship beer, Helen. The day that it was ready was the same day that our grandmother unfortunately passed away, who lived in the Chicagoland area in Gary, Indiana. And so I packed all the beer up, drove up here to Chicago with the beer, attended the funeral, and then after the funeral, we were at Blair's parents' house, congregating after the funeral like most families do. And when we were sitting around drinking the beer, everybody couldn't believe that I made it because it was a good quality beer. And we started throwing out this hypothetical of, well, what if we started our own brewery and what would we do? And we would name all the beers after the matriarchs of our family. And unbeknownst to me, Blair was taking notes the whole time. And about 2 weeks later, I got a call and she was like,
What? So when are we doing this?
So your very first beer that you made out of a home kit, that was, instantly you were already talking about how do we take this to the next level?
Yeah, instantly.
Do you think, I don't want to get too heavy, but
Sure.
do you think that maybe your grandmother had a hand in all of that?
Oh, I absolutely think that. I think that just in general, I like to consider every person, every woman in our family, every matriarch that we name our beers after and honor them, they're like our spiritual board of directors for our company.
So the women in your family that you're honoring inform the beer. You're not just making a beer and going, okay, which aunt can I name this
Yeah,
after?
we're not slapping a name on it just
Okay.
because, like, when we make the beer, we think about who they were to us, who they are, their personality types, their legacy that they left behind. We try to match ingredients that fit them. And, even with the grapefruit lager, our grandmother was a grapefruit. I jokingly say that, but she was definitely a type of personality that, you could get some bitterness from her, like right out of the gate. But, once you got to know her a little bit, there was some sweetness there that you came to appreciate over time.
You want to make sure that you're serving the best possible beer. But there's got to be a little extra level of pressure when you're honoring a loved one.
Yeah, so like our 5 flagship beers, which is the Helen, the Marlene, the Eliza, and the Lola and Hazel, all 5 of those for about a year and a half, we pretty much brewed those once a month, if not twice a month, just to perfect those recipes. And so there was a lot of trial and error along the way where we were like, split. No, that's not it. Let's run that again.
Right on,
Yeah.
right on.
I think the most difficult one was probably Marlene. Yeah, Marlene was.
And I want to be sure we're clear on this. The most difficult one was Marlene, was the beer, not Marlene.
No, not Marlene.
She
the
was
person.
wonderful.
Marlene
I'm
was
assuming.
a
saint.
She was a party.
A party.
She
Marlene
was
was a party.
Yeah, Marlene was a
I noticed
party.
too that these ladies are on the wall.
They
kind
are
of watching over us
They
as
are.
we enjoy the
They
beer.
are. They are. So be careful what you say.
That's what I'm saying. Like I'm looking forward to, now that I know a little bit more about Marlene. I'd like to maybe have a Marlene and toast to her while
Sure.
Is that the idea? Is that why they're on the wall?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
So it's unbelievable to me that your very first beer, you started all of this. I mean, normally it's a little bit longer of a process. And you had the very first beer, and you were there to encourage him, saying, "No, I don't think this is crazy."
I really did. I was very surprised that he made it himself, and it was at a time when he was really getting me into craft beer. And so I was like, I really think that this is something that we can seriously do. It took us some time to be in the right place, even the right city, and have our lives co-align for us to be able to do it. But yeah, I knew from the first conversation that we had that this was something that our family would do.
African Americans woefully underrepresented in the craft beer community, and certainly in the craft brewery ownership. I mean, when you look at the numbers, it's not great.
No,
that's
less than 1%.
So it's less than 1%.
Less than 1%.
So I have to imagine, just like any other art form, when you're doing it and you're kind of on an island by yourself, you have to reach out to others who are undergoing similar things. So there are other Black-owned breweries that you are talking to and collaborating with, I imagine?
Oh yeah. We've collaborated with even the other Black breweries that are in the Chicagoland area, Funky Town, Moores, and Black Horizons. To be honest, to kind of sing the unsung hero here of the Turner Haus Brewery story, I'd like to shout out Tennessee Brew Works in Nashville, Tennessee, and our good friend Christian Spears down there. So our Gazelle beer, which is a collaboration with Tennessee Brew Works, will be coming out this month for Black History Month. That was the first time that we actually collaborated with them, but that really led to like a real true partnership with them and a mentorship with them to help us be where we are today. So shout out to Tennessee Brew Works and all our fans and friends down there. Marlene is a triple, a Belgian triple.
Okay. Marlene was a party. All right.